So I was on the internet as per usual, and I came across this video right here.
Hey, would y'all rather have $1 million or restart y'all life at 10 with all y'all memories, bro? Put it down in the comments. Hey, I'm taking $1 million.
You're a fool. What do you mean you pick $1 million? Do you know how much power you have knowing what you know now? You're quite literally a god. Let me break it down. School would be a breeze. Assuming you didn't fail or drop out, you will find education significantly easier. You can easily be the most popular kid in school. You have years of experience talking to people. You never have to go through a canon event again. You're respawning in the golden age of YouTube. I had a faceless YouTube channel back in 2014 and I had over 200 subscribers. I stopped because of my GCSEs. If I had continued, I would have been on the same level as KSI. Bitcoin, my nigga, you can be a billionaire
before your 18th birthday.
I'm investing everything in that and I'm telling the rest of my family to do the same. I can literally retire by the time I'm 18. I'm winning every single Euro Million jackpot. In short, the amount of money I have won't even be fuck you money. It will be fuck you, fuck your mother, fuck your father. In fact, fuck your entire generation. Every single social media trend, now maybe the person will go start and pop the balloon. I'm copywriting that. Streamers University, I'm copywriting that. Mr. Beast who? You mean Mr. Pat? Because that's what you guys are going to be calling me. I will be the best ghostwriter of this generation and the next. Another banger. It will just be bangers after bangers after bangers. I would buy multiple properties in expensive parts of the UK, rent them all out, disappear for an entire year, come back in 2020 and then release a face mask clothing line with all of the latest fashion trends right before the pandemic. I swear, give me this kind of power and I'll become a trillionaire.
Now, for the sake of making this more interesting, I'm gonna change the question to would you rather receive $10 million instead of just $1 million? I still feel like that's a pretty obvious answer, but I can understand why people would rather take the 10 million than go back in time. One of the biggest arguments here is that everything that happened in the past is what led you to this very moment right now. I believe in God's plan, and I do believe that everything happens for a reason. But at the same time, you can't tell me that with the knowledge you have now, you wouldn't just go back to when you were 10 years old. Now, don't get confused because this question isn't as easy as it seems. You have to keep in mind a couple of things before you completely go back. You have to keep in mind your current age. How many years will you have to wait before you reach your current age again? And you also have to keep in mind what year it was when you were 10 years old. Was the world in a good state or not? Like I said before, I was in Los Angeles in 2015, so by default, I would instantly not take the 10 million. Also, are you gonna try and change your life's direction completely, or are you gonna try and preserve things just the way they were? Me personally, I would try and preserve things, but I'll get to that later. Now, the guy in the video already makes a bunch of great points about why you shouldn't just take the million. So I'm gonna try not to repeat anything that he's already said. And let's be real, investment is the #1 reason why people would go back in time. I would literally get on my hands and knees and plead to my mother if it meant that she would invest even just $1 in Bitcoin. Hell, I would do it myself if I had to. But me personally, I think one of the biggest reasons I would go back to when I was 10 years old is to try and erase all the canon events of my life. Look, I'm all for the past making us who we are today, but at the same time, you can't tell me you wouldn't go back in time and try to right the wrongs of your life. With the knowledge I have now, I would fly through school like it's nothing. I would try and better myself as a person, knowing that things can go wrong if I don't. I would basically have the ultimate head start. More than investing early in crypto and digital currency, you could be a fucking philosopher. Could you imagine all the things you could say you predicted? Nobody will believe you at first, but once the events actually take place, the whole world will have its eyes on you. The best part? You know the exact dates of when things will happen. Plus, you could literally be a hitman and expose people like Diddy and Epstein. I mean, you'd have to be careful, of course, because the government will probably try and put a bounty on your head. You could be this generation's Gandhi on crack. It would also make life so much more interesting if you knew what was coming next. Could you imagine that feeling of knowing when something major is gonna happen in the world and it doesn't come to you by surprise? Television series, music drops, movies. Shit would feel like Fortnite live events happening in real life. With that being said, you would have to be very careful. I mentioned a little bit about how changing your life a little too much could ruin your chances at living the same life, which to some people is a good thing. But me personally, I would try and preserve my life as close to it as I can while still making all the right moves. Really, it seems like the only things that I would change are trying to relive my childhood again and getting stupid rich in the process. Plus, there's no harm, no foul in going back in time. This time, you really do have full control of your life because you're reliving the same moments of your early years with the mindset of somebody who's already lived it all. You know when people say,
"You'll understand when you're older"?
Well, guess what? You will understand. It's literally like playing a video game as the developer. I mean, yeah, it would suck having to wait like 10 years to get back to where I am right now, but still, I think that's worth it. One last thing I will say is that unfortunately, there will still be things that you can't change, even with many years of experience. After all, you are still limited by your age. And sadly, no amount of knowledge can change who stays in our lives and who doesn't. So truthfully, this is really a question of, would you rather $10 million now or a chance to start over again?